Ready? Begin.
Welcome to the Secret Group Podcast.
Let's get started, shall we?
All right.
Your intro?
That was it. That was my intro.
My God.
Welcome to the show. What's the name of the Secret Group Podcast? That's it.
There we go.
Dude, my brain is fried. I've been in Austin for 5 days straight because it's, that'll fuck you up horribly.
Does it refresh you?
No.
You're around
dude.
so many white people.
Yeah, I don't like white
Some people
people.
call it
like-
homecoming.
Yeah. Is that like our back to Africa sort
Yeah,
of thing?
exactly.
Like, I gotta go see my
Gotta
cousin.
get to Austin.
No, I don't have I don't like being around white. My friend, white people are fine enough. There's some good ones. Will, you're fine. But like, look at all my friend group. Look at everyone, all my closest friends.
Right.
I don't have one close white.
Okay. Well, Sean.
Mexican.
Sean's Mexican?
Bermudez, dude.
Oh, damn.
He
He's
is
white passing.
White passing
for sure.
though, which that's why I like him.
Zod's definitely white.
Yeah, Zod. Zod, you get Day Day, you got
Day Day in his community would be argued as very, very white.
Until
Jesse
until Day
Saldana.
starts roasting people. They're like, all right, this nigga's in.
Yeah, Saldana, super Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Day Day texts like a racist white guy.
He does. He does. He does.
He
That's
sent me
really
something
funny.
this morning that made me laugh because I'm kind of racist.
But I got none.
You got none.
It wasn't on purpose, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like me with all my white friends. It was not on purpose.
Right.
But I just ended up with a lot of white friends on accident.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Also,
What? Go ahead.
come on, man.
What do we
you
do?
ain't got no shirt on. You can't tell because the white contrast to black body is. It looks like you got a black tee on.
Yes, y'all. This is skin tone.
Damn, this is crazy.
No.
I like how it turns into jeans at parts of the place. It's like you got
Set
bitten by a Canadian vampire.
Yeah.
I did.
The,
Slowly starting to morph.
the Stay Fresh Marshmallow Man.
That's what happens when you go to one of Drake's freak offs. You
Yeah, you just what? So this is 2 weeks in a row. You go no shirt.
I mean, it's getting hot in Houston.
It is getting hot,
in his
but-
defense.
What it is this. Stepped on the scale, the biggest I've ever been in my life.
Okay. So you want to just wear your shirt?
Instant
no
depression.
shirt? Yeah. I
Instant
get that.
depression. I'll tell y'all the weight. It was 173.
I weigh, I think, almost double you.
Yeah, dude. My leg weighs that. dude.
I just want to say fuck both of you. Okay. Where's the encouragement?
No,
All right,
okay.
Okay, all right,
you're
no.
so fat.
Yeah.
In fairness, you're 5'3".
Yeah.
so-
I am. I'm a small guy, but that was
You're so fat. You feel so self-conscious.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
put a shirt on, Tub.
no. So I was like, you have to go one way. You either got to get in shape or you got to go completely
Or
confident.
get taller.
Or get taller.
Those are your choices.
Or go completely confident.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like, I'm going all confidence, no shirt.
That's the laziest way to do it. It's like, all right, no shirt.
But
That's
if
funny.
you wear shit that's hot, you'll magically lose the weight.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But also, I went in a grocery store like this, and nothing makes me feel better than making white people very uncomfortable and seeing what they think is
You walked into the HEB off of Washington.
Oh man,
At Whole Foods.
just
you're
a
like,
overly confident black man. They're like, "What is this?"
I thought you got bit by the abominable snowman. Just in mid transition.
Every white person in that Whole Foods be like, I wish it was the Eisenhower administration.
Oh man, people was running their carts into in the freezers and shit. Yeah, they was like, oh, shit, goddamn. What was that? Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Nah, it's my favorite thing. So
Yeah, I need some sushi, a giant
Yeah.
thing of fizzy water, and some wood tips.
Has anyone ever asked you to button up? They're like, no shirt, no
no
service.
shirt, no service at the gas. So when I went to get gas, the lady, I was paying at the pump. I'm not even gonna go to the thing. And she got on the intercom. I was like, "You have to put a shirt on before you."
What race was that lady?
What do you think, Andrew?
Gas station?
She voted for somebody twice. Let's just say that.
Still not sure.
She voted for McCain.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, she was a white lady. I was a white lady.
I didn't think a white person would have the guts to stand up to you about this.
Well, all white people will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they don't care.
People like 40 and under, they're like, "Hey, dude, I just want
man.
to keep my job."
Yeah, older ones are like, You're in our country.
Yeah, basically. You're in my territory, and I need you to put a shirt on, button up.
Speaking of our country, you did we co-headlined a weekend in New Braunfels.
Oh
last
my
weekend.
God.
Did you get to hang out at all, or it was
No,
just
I did
so
the
opposite
Friday
and
night
left?
and he did the Saturday night.
Separate days.
Yeah.
And how was your Friday?
My Friday was so it was the first day of the club, and they still hadn't like finished the floors.
Oh wow!
And stuff, and so like I got in there and I got to use the fucking I got to help finish the floors, and like I was
This
like
motherfucker got a contracted
dude,
job.
I walked in, I did that. No, the waitresses tipped me.
Yeah.
And no, and me and Grady Pruitt, we got there. Grady. The booker was like, just make sure Grady doesn't have too many drinks before the first show.
That's
and I go,
hilarious.
I go, sure.
That's so sad. Just make sure he's awake.
I thought I was the headliner, and I didn't realize I was also the. All right, for double the money, I will be the babysitter as well.
Wild.
But no, Grady did great. The first show, 7:00 show, like everyone there was over 55. So like it was like. We all did well. It's just you make the adjustment where you're just like, all right, I'm not gonna swear. Like if you say if you say God damn it in front of a bunch of people older than 55, they immediately hate you. Okay. In New Braunfels. So like I.
And in pretty much anywhere. Just about anywhere they do that shit. Like if you're like, trust me, because I got some shit I can be like, oh, I should stay away from it, but I go, no, let's just see what their face looks like. let's watch them look at me fucking like I killed somebody.
It felt like, for me, it felt like christening a ship. Like if it's the first show of the first night of a new club, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna work straight PG-13 for 30 minutes. Like it's not that I don't have integrity as an artist or whatever. I also just like, don't get paid a lot, and this was a big deal for me.
Me working PG-13 would just be me jerking off nonstop. That's all I did. That's all I did at 13.
I didn't ejaculate.
Yeah. I have a couple of stories about driving where I don't have to swear. Everyone's got weird family stuff where you don't have to swear.
So how was the second show?
The second show was fucking rowdy. Because like a bunch of people came before the first show and started drinking, and it was like, all right, like I don't know what it is about like smaller towns in Texas where like white ladies have really nice asses, but like it was
I won't say her name, but that owner, the lady, oh my God,
I won't say the name, but the owner
lady.
Woo! Shit! I was like, I'm gonna fuck this lady. This is happening. Damn, shit!
No, I a lot of the women there were really, really fucking attractive, and and then but they all got there early and they were drinking, and so after the first show, there's like an hour in between shows or whatever, and they're all like, "Are you one of the guys that's gonna like? What are you shooting?" And I was like, "Fucking Jägermeister," and they're like, "Pussy," and then I drank a couple shots of Jägermeister, got back in. There was a group of like 25 people that all came together, but they were only two tops, so it literally just became like a call and response thing. Like they were all just like drunk and like rah, rah, rah. So I think I talk about pussy for like 20 minutes, and then like Grady did great with the drunk crowd. He was working on that new bit. Working on that new bit. I'm not gonna like burn his bit or whatever.
burn it.
It's about conservative women, right?
The conservative women, and then the one about girls having sex with girls while they sleep.
Okay.
And like,
I know that.
And he's
not what you think.
And these two girls, like normally that gets
really need some explanation there.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's the beauty of the beauty of the bit. But these two girls, they started cheering. While he was like, yeah, this girl likes having like having her boyfriend have sex with her while she was asleep, and these two girls start cheering, and he just goes, "You weird whores," and then like everyone was like, "Yeah," and so like it was really fun. So I had a good Friday night. There was really good bar food there, which always makes me happy. Like I got a good chicken sandwich, and a lady said, "There," and
my experience totally different.
Yeah.
So I'm doing Saturday.
Yeah.
I show up,
no shirt on.
Right? I show up shirtless. No, I had like a leather outfit on. I had my whole leather shit going.
Yeah, sweaty.
And misty.
Glistening.
Moist.
You look a little moist right now.
Yeah, it's a little hot in here.
You,
It's a little hot.
you oiled,
But I
you
oiled
oiled
up.
you?
I oiled up for this.
Thank, thank you.
I did
We
oil up
appreciate
for this.
it.
We're podcasting.
Yeah. Thanks for oiling up before you got here.
I brushed my
didn't
teeth.
shower.
I brushed my teeth and lotioned. Yeah.
Now y'all don't want to feel my back in this jacket. My back. You could. It looks like a C,
It's
dude.
a
It's
down
like-
jacket.
This shit might be stuck to me.
I'm wearing an UGG.
I'm wearing
It's a reverse UGG, dude.
Yeah, that's
That's so wild.
So no, I had like a leather deal on, and they were nice and they were sweet. They were just giving me stuff. You could tell it was a very
Super
meet
awesome
this
vibe.
person, and the vibe is great. But you're like, all right. So I'm finding out. They go like, hey man, Saturdays is like the slow day here. I'm like, what? They
It's
go,
their first weekend. How the fuck do they know?
No. They're saying like in the town.
Oh,
like,
in the town.
Yeah,
Everyone
like
goes
this
to
place
Austin
is
or-
a jumping place.
Or they do the river during the
Yeah,
day.
or whatever. Yeah. So it's like this place is a pretty, like, people
Pretty
come here a
place.
lot, but it's usually Fridays is when it's packed. Saturdays is like a really slow day. He like, so the sales is like okay, but he's like, we'll see. Like he said what you said. This is our first weekend. We don't know if it's gonna pick up or what.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So I'm drinking. I'm whatever, and man, I go up, and immediately you could just feel, like, cause they don't know my name. There's no flyer.
Yeah.
So I just go up. It's black guy, leather stuff, rings, necklace, the whole shit, and they are just staring at me for a while.
Yeah.
And anytime I get into anything race wise, they're pulling back. Like, it's real tension. I'm getting laughs where I'm supposed to get laughs at.
Yeah.
But all of the nuance, like all the shit that's in between,
I get it.
nothing. So,
Yeah.
you're just like, boom, there's the punchline. I'm like,
Yeah.
So,
We do act like that sometimes.
yeah, all right. But it was never killing. Like,
Well,
never
there's a mix of a crowd that has to be for like race stuff to work.
Right.
If it's all white, that's where it's tough. I just did Austin this weekend, and it worked. But there were times I was like, I literally go, "Fuck you, Austin. We don't care because we have blacks." I didn't say that.
We
but-
have
Did your voice crack like that too?
No. But the difference is like you have to have different races in a crowd to really
Right.
have
So-
that shit to go. Because white people, they feel too guilty or they're too scared to laugh at that shit.
Right.
And,
Not in Mississippi.
So,
yeah, but then they're laughing for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
It's
Depends
all-
on how
it's all-
conservative the crowd is.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that's just like, we don't give a fuck. We came out to have a good time. It's a comedy show, whatever. I find it like people that are like, they vote conservative, but they're like, I don't really. That's just what it's almost like hereditary. Or people that
Conservatism is
lean
hereditary.
one way liberal.
Yeah.
If you get them in a crowd, you're not getting anything race based. No one's laughing. But like they're not. It's just they're gonna loosen up enough to do it.
I was doing a show in Galveston, and I was doing my one dumb bit where I'm like, they're about to legalize weed in Mississippi, which is bullshit. Well, it's bullshit because you remember the last time Mississippi was in charge of farming, like we mishandled it, and everyone started laughing, and there was just one black lady in the audience, and I just kept apologizing to her.
I'm so
just
sorry.
Because like I'm so sorry about this. I'm so sorry. I did that like 5 times throughout my set, just as an easy way to try to break the tension with, because like sometimes if it's too monochromatic, if you will, like nothing. Yeah.
So, the second show, there's a black guy in the
Hell
crowd.
yeah.
So then I go up, hello black man, how are you? And this motherfucker goes, he starts looking around the room. I go, oh my, no, I'm talking to you, man. Like, what's up, man? I go, where you from? And he goes, I'm from Nigeria. I go, well, that's not the same. I go, fuck this guy.
That's a little too black, if you ask me.
I'm like,
I am not like you.
I'm by myself.
Yeah.
That guy sucked, dude. He sucked. Like everything I was throwing at him, he was just like, and I had to explain like, African people don't really like black, but they steal all of our shit when they get here. They get here and they like try to blend in, and so I had a fucking night. I had a bad. It was a weekend where like people were like, thanks. Like
Yeah.
when it was overnight, great show. Just like,
Yeah.
hey, thanks.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
like, I
that's-
gotta get the fuck
keep,
out of here.
keep it going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was-
that's
it was
yeah.
rough,
Hang in
dog.
there. Or something.
I had a run of those in Oklahoma where I was doing like a 5-day run in Oklahoma, like a bunch of one-nighters in like different breweries or whatever, and it was just because I feel like comedy sometimes it can be really streaky when like you're not having
yeah.
when you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
having good sets, and especially when you're not at home, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you can't like find your footing or whatever. Like there's it gets really hard. You're like, I'm about to get rocked again.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah. It does go. You are right. There's like the good, the bad. You ride the low waves, the high waves, and so you're saying you're on a low wave right now?
Me, I'm doing pretty good right now. I think the new stuff. It's been nice too because the new stuff's been hitting. So
That's when you're on the high wave.
Yeah,
I'm doing new shit right now. It feels great. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I don't hate my act. Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
But I've
I'm in
never.
a 3-month slump.
I've never hated my act like either of y'all have though, and I think does that make me a sociopath?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate myself all the time for
Yeah.
everything. So,
Yeah, for anything.
Yeah, anything I've ever said.
Yeah.
Anything. I'm one of those guys who I have a conversation and then I go home and I go,
Oh, yeah.
I should have said this. What was I thinking?
Why did I not say that?
Why wasn't that the thing I said? Everyone would have, everyone would have high-fived you afterwards. You would have just said that, dude. Instead, you were like, "How was your day?"
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you?
I could have said poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely. Damn, that's so funny. We all review we review everything.
Every
yeah.
fucking
I
move
go-
I've ever made in my life.
I go shit. That one got away from me,
Yeah.
and then I just go next move.
The only reason I secretly record conversations is just so I can fix stuff later.
Okay.
It's not for evidence.
That's
It's just
crazy.
like I'm listening back at it like
It's
okay,
a podcast. You don't have to record this.
No, I love doing that.
That's funny.
What is your shit like, man?
What do
When
you mean?
get to go? Are there layups doing these big shows on the road or?
Yeah,
or can
yeah,
it
of
be-
course, right? Like, yes and no. You do well. I don't bomb in a theater, right?
I think
but
it's-
there's
yeah.
good, but there's good and bad shows. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like there's shows where it's like magical, where you're just like, well, this is
Yeah.
unbelievable. You guys are too much on board because when the crowd's going, they're just like roaring and it's nonstop and everything's hitting, everyone's laughing, and and they're laughing enough where you're like, if you guys don't. I'm not going to finish my act because I only have 30 minutes. Like,
Right,
you got to let me, But then there's also times where where it's just short, quick, and and you get through 30 minutes in about 15. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you eat
And
up
it's still not bad, but you're just like you're sweating. You're like
dude,
that
yeah.
kind of thing because it's in a club when we're like doing it in a club and things are going okay. You can usually acknowledge that.
Right.
And be like, what the fuck's your problem? Or like the guy who's not laughing, you can point that out and be
The
like,
lady
what's going
sitting-
on?
the lady
yeah,
sitting
yeah, yeah.
like
Be like,
this
what's
in the
wrong
front
with
row?
you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Theaters, no one can see those people. And you mostly can't see them. You see like the first row.
Gotcha.
And so that's about it,
So you got to just roll. Yeah. You
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
roll
yeah.
whatever you got.
And I always hope that the front 2 rows are like expressive with their faces because you can't always hear them specifically, but you can see when someone's laughing, and that's kind of like because sometimes you'll get a front row and they're just like this, but you hear all the laughing everywhere, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Your eyes and your eyes and your ears are
They're
just
not
fighting
matching
each other.
up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's fucking weird. And when I was in Australia, I had one show that I bombed the first half of, and I just was in my own head about something. I went out there and I combined 2 jokes that weren't even in my set near each other, and then I spent 10 minutes thinking about how do I get towards all of that again because I'm
Right.
so far off of everything. I had to pause, take a drink, take 30 seconds. It was probably 10, but I
But
was like,
in your head,
yeah. And then I refreshed and just kind of went through it. And by the end, I had them. But I remember looking at Mark. He saw that I fucked up, and he was like, "What the fuck's happening out there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm sweating and panicking. And he's like, "Dude, what happened? That was crazy." I go, "Honestly, dude, I think I was so in. This was one of the last shows of the month-long thing we did, and so I think I was just tired, exhaustion, and." my brain, I was in robot mode a lot, you know? And so I think I went into robot mode, but my brain wasn't really, it just it just combined multiple jokes
Crossed the
that
wires.
didn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
yeah.
And I was like, it felt like I was just having a short on stage where I was like, your brain doesn't know how to fucking
Right.
do any of this shit, you know?
Right.
You know?
Damn.
But, you know, I don't know. This weekend I didn't do theaters. I did the Creek and the Cave all weekend.
That was
I love
fun
the
as
Creek.
shit then, yeah.
Really fun. Packed shows. Even their mic is packed.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
Fucking killer. And there's not everybody. So if you were on whatever, if you listen to this, it wasn't you. But man, their mic is full of some bad comedy.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking shitty, dude. And then you go up there, and even your new shit is miles ahead of their shit.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, and you're like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know. So
I've always felt that way about going to, because I've always lived in the less cool city.
yeah.
Quotes. I guess there's just like
This
when
is a cooler city, but whatever.
yeah, no, I agree.
I get it.
I think Memphis is cooler than Nashville. You know, but like they're the comedy capitals of the states, if you
Yeah,
will,
yeah.
of the states that I've lived in. And then when you or even when I went to New York and LA when I was hitting mics when I was like 27, like I had started like a year before, and there were guys who were hitting mics, and I was just like, oh, there's plenty of garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah,
like,
Everyone
like,
says
yeah,
that.
yeah, like there's trash wherever you go.
That's true. Austin just has a lot of it right now because it's become so popular and so cool that crazy people have just moved there.
Yeah, legit
And so
crazy
they're the
people.
most insane people ever. They go up on stage and they just stink at
Yeah.
comedy, and they're so bad. And then they get off and they're like, I did pretty good. And I was like,
Yeah,
It's people like this. Some people, this they real outfit.
yeah.
I'm just doing it for the podcast. There's somebody outside.
Imagine if you dressed like that and you weren't funny.
Oh my
That would be
god! Listen, oh man,
That's such a gamble. I used to wear suspenders on stage.
Okay.
Because I used to wear suspenders and flannel. I would dress like a lumberjack, pretty much, just because I was like, well, if I'm not gonna be funny, I better dress goofy.
I better dress.
that's one of the things you can't do. You can't bomb in leather pants.
Yeah.
You bomb in leather
The
pants.
sweat alone. dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can never do comedy.
And you can also never take those pants off.
That's right.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to
Without
deal with
flooding
that.
your house. It's just.
Yeah, you can't. Bombing in a nice outfit is the. I think that's why. Well, no, I know why I never don't wear a suit, but I don't like wearing suits. I don't know how anybody performs in a suit. It makes me feel serious.
We're not
I
suit
feel like
guys
I got
yet.
court.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel very just like I don't know.
Dude, you wear a suit after 50. I think after 50 or 60, you can go straight Don Rickles and then just
Okay.
be like,
Suits are cool.
Suits are cool.
I like them, but I've only worn them on stage twice in my life, and they were both New Year's Eve shows.
yeah.
Like I was out for New Year's Eve,
Gotcha.
did a set, and then like went and hung out with people.
I hate performing.
I have
on holidays.
bombed in a suit
yeah, it's
100% of my sets.
that's funny.
One night I had 3 sets. And I bombed all 3 of them hoes in the suit. The whole
Didn't your
night.
dad come to one of those?
No,
Or like,
my dad's never seen me perform.
Well-
I always think I see him. You know how sad that is? Just be in the middle of your set, be like, Daddy? In the middle of the set. And it's like, it's not him. It's
Has your dad ever come out? Ever?
like,
Who
to a
told you?
show?
Yeah.
was
My dad, they were at, so this was fucked up. Remember that night you met my parents?
Yeah.
You met my parents in that parking lot, across.
in the parking lot.
They was coming from another comedy show.
That's funny.
That's fucked up, yeah. They was coming from another comedy show. Like, yeah, we was just at the
is
improv.
funny, dude.
So we stopped by. Yeah, they've never seen me perform live.
Have your parents ever seen you perform live?
Interesting.
yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
How'd it
pause
go?
a little. What's up?
Tanya's not stoked.
Is that your mom?
Tanya Loden.
Your mama name is
Disrespectful.
Tanya?
Yeah, Tanya Miller Loden.
No disrespected, but we know about them Tanyas from Mississippi.
Yeah.
You have siblings, right?
Yeah.
my
I got
point.
a
Go
little
ahead.
brother and a little sister. Yeah, no, she brought her friends from like her jazzercise class, and she's like, you talked about eating ass a lot, and I was like a year in, it was rough.
Yeah.
She hasn't come back. I got my little sister to come because my little sister has she has a degree in journalism and photography. So I was
Okay.
like, could you come fucking take pictures of me? Because like my online social presence was shit. And she came to a show at Rudyard's, and like I tried to introduce her to my friends, and she was like 22 and just like mean mugged the shit out of them. She was like, your sister's
I
not
think
as
I met her that night.
yeah, Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She was nice to me.
yeah. she was mean to a couple.
She was
other
mean to
people.
other guy.
Yeah, and then my dad's come to a couple of shows, and my dad actually was on. I brought him on stage one time because my dad has better stories than me.
Oh, that's
Like
fun.
straight up, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was an accountant, but for like Enron and like Hulk Hogan and shit. So
Oh,
he's,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's done some wild stuff.
That was a huge, you know what I mean? But kind of the same entity. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he
Hulk
got.
Hogan accountant must be wild. They're like,
Well-
here's $5 million for saying the N-word.
Yeah. Well, no, because he did the Gawker bankruptcy.
No, he put them under.
Yeah,
he got paid off of that.
Yeah. He did the Gawker bankruptcy, and my dad got to go to Hungary, the country, because the owner of Gawker has Hungarian citizenship, and so when they broke up the company, they did the spin-off into Hungary for less tax. He explains it because he's an accountant. They're just crime shit, so you don't have to pay the government. And so he got to go over there and explain to the Hungarian government who Bubba the Love Sponge was, and yeah.
Wild.
Who you? Your parents?
Man,
Your folks?
no. Neither my father or my mom have seen shows. My aunt came. All right, so here's my dad's story.
Are you getting choked up?
No.
Okay,
no.
all right. It would have been crazy right
All right,
now.
first of all, I don't want my mom coming to my shows.
Okay.
Every time I go
What's up?
into the town, she asks if she can go. I'm like, that's sold out. I tell her
Oh, but
every
you're keeping
time.
her away.
dude.
Damn, that's funny.
I gave my aunt tickets, and I told her, tell mom it was sold out. But my aunt, she's a beautiful lady. She's she's just great, sweetheart.
Do you care to divulge? Or
Huh?
you don't want your mom to come?
I just don't want it. Me and my mom have been talking for 5 years.
I got you.
But
Okay,
no,
it's that deal.
we just maybe even more at this point. I don't know. My mom's not. I don't give a shit. She may say this or not, but she's a user. She uses people, and she's always done
We
that.
talked about that a couple episodes ago.
and
Yeah.
she was, and that's just how I always saw her growing up. And when I was a kid, when my parents got divorced, she really kind of brainwashed us into disliking my father. But I was a kid, so I did.
It worked.
Yeah.
I was like, my dad is a piece of shit. I never see him, that kind of shit, right? And then I got older, lived with my dad, learned the whole other side of it. All of it started making a lot more sense. And then my mom and my dad got back together when I got married, which is insane, at my wedding.
Rough.
They got back together. Lasted longer than my marriage, but which is pretty funny.
That's really funny, dude.
But then she left him again once he kind of ran out of shit to be used for. And she moved to New York. And at that point, I had a kid. My brother had kids. We're here in Texas. And I'm like, you don't want to be around your grandkids at all? Anyways, so that's a lot of.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. This isn't funny or fun.
No,
for
I
anyone to
got
listen
you.
to.
That's
but
part
you-
of the-
you
But
But
summed
it is
up
the
with the
reason.
head
The reason why I used to do this bit, but it would never fucking work on stage. But I used to talk about, I was like, not everyone's mom is a good mom. Like people get upset when people say bad things about their mom. I'm like, but some moms are bitches, and everyone just like tighten up as I started saying all that shit. And so I was like, I never. Anyway, so
Making fun of dad is so much easier.
yeah.
Like making fun of
dude.
dad.
I got a new bird calling joke. And in it, I'm like, my dad watches bird. My dad's never watched a bird in his
Right.
life, but I was like, someone's got to watch them. Someone's got to watch it.
Somebody's got to watch it.
But my dad came to a show. This is like 2 years in, so at Scout Bar, and he showed up.
Rod Ryan live at Scout Bar.
He showed up 3 hours early. I don't know how. So
What the
well, it was
That's
a
awesome.
show that was put on by a concert promoter, so that we had Loden at like 3 p.m., which was insane, right?
Yeah.
I was opening for Creed from The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Not great. Not a nice guy. Anyways.
Not a nice guy?
Well, he just wouldn't let us in the green room, and I was like,
That's wild.
"What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
So me and
I don't like it when comics do that. When
Yeah.
they're like, this is my green room. I go, I'm hosting.
I'm on the show.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and Gabe had to wait outside the green room. So anyways, me and Gabe pull in, and my dad's sitting there. He drives taxi, and he's like, Andy. I go, what? And he goes, these birds are fucking. There are two pigeons just fucking in the parking lot. And so I was like, Gabe, this is my dad. and then he's like, when does the show start? I go, it'll probably be about 8 o'clock. I'll go on. And he goes, okay, I'll be back at 8. He showed up at 9:30. He goes, you go on yet? And so he's never seen me do stand up. But my aunt has come out. She'll come out to a show, brought my cousin, and they were great audience members. Like, you could hear them laughing. Even when I was saying crazy shit, they were like laughing the whole time. And then we did a meet and greet line, me and Mark did.
Okay.
And she's like in the front of the meet and greet line. She's like, Mark, this is my nephew. I was raised him from a little boy, and blah blah, like really really sweet and proud. But she's hammered, and so then she's like standing by the meet and greet line, not really moving. So as people come up, she's like, "This is my famous nephew, Andrew." I'm like, no, you got to get out of here. But she was sweet and wonderful to come. Yeah, no, yeah.
My aunt and uncle have been to a couple of shows. I started doing comedy when I was living with them in Mississippi. And so, like, the first recording of me on YouTube, you can just hear my aunt just cackling in the back because she's so supportive. Like, I still talk to her like once every like 3 months because she's a principal at a school in Mississippi.
Gotcha.
And so she'll just be like, Will, what are you working on right now? And I go, I got this fucking thing about eating pussy in different languages. No, I run bits by my Aunt Dana and Uncle Arch, and
That's funny.
Yeah, they helped me write my first like 30 minutes of material. Yeah.
Then you'll go back to Mississippi and
do
a show for all of them.
I the first shows that I set up were in their towns. Like, I set up a show in Tupelo at a steakhouse called Woody's Steakhouse.
Birthplace of Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And then I set up a show in Corinth, Mississippi, which, if you don't know anything about Corinth, they have they used to have a Coca-Cola bottling factory, and now,
what happened?
Yeah, they left.
They just left?
Yeah. They're like, we're gonna go
Get our product out of Mississippi.
Yeah, they go. You people in Mississippi want too much money. We're going to Bangladesh. It is cheaper to make these Coca-Cola bottles with those Muslims in Bangladesh and then ship them back to America than it is to work with you greedy, rich workers in Mississippi.
You ever been to Mississippi, Andrew?
I don't know. I've definitely driven through, but I don't know if I've done a show in Mississippi or anything like that.
I did a show in Hattiesburg on the NFL draft one day.
It's the most liberal city in Mississippi.
Hattiesburg. Yeah.
Jackson.
And
You mean dressing?
Yeah.
Wait, Jackson, Mississippi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might have done a show there.
Yeah, there's a Chuckles there.
Not there, but somewhere else.
Like a theater. So he's like, not Chuckles.
No, it wasn't a theater. This was I think me and Van Kirk were in town.
Oh, okay.
So we were doing like some little probably indie venue of some sort.
There's a cool comic book shop that had like an 80-seater that I would do there once every 6 months. Yeah.
Would you ever where are you from originally?
Houston. I'm from Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so that doesn't count then.
Yeah.
But would you ever, like, if you ever made it, be like, I'm gonna go back to my town, throw a big fucking,
do like
Pasadena?
like,
Van Kirk does that like every year, and I gotta tell you, it stinks. I open up for him, and it's fun because for me it's fun because I could just see what's made him so crazy.
Okay,
you know, and I meet all of his relatives, and like I remember the first time I was there, I smoked weed with his cousin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, got really high, and I go see him, and I'm like, man, I just got high with your cousin, and he's like, she's an addict. And I was like, no. I was like, oh no.
Just relapse.
I was like, God damn it.
Funny.
And I was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. And I was early enough into comedy at that point where I was like, I think I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, it's not your fault. You know.
Yeah, she's gonna do what she does.
But it's the tiniest town in the entire world. Like, it's so
Where
fucking
is it?
small. It is
outside of Chicago.
Rochelle.
Yeah.
And it's so small, but the whole town comes out. He does 2 shows. You know, there'll be like 200 or 300 people at each show.
Damn!
And he does it I know, it's literally the whole town. But the early show is like everybody from the retirement home. It's it's literally like you can count like 5 to 10 oxygen tanks in the room.
Yeah.
Like if someone lights a cigarette, everyone's dying. You know, it's
Damn,
fun.
no smoking on stage.
Yeah. So
Damn.
so the first ones always go horribly for everybody.
Okay.
And then the second ones are mostly like people he went to high school and whatnot, and that like know him, and so some friends, some people that are just I think haters. You know, because when you're from a small town,
Yeah.
and
I'm familiar with the concept.
You do something with your life. People want to discredit
Like
it.
leave.
Yeah, exactly. They
yeah.
want to discredit it because they want to feel better about their shitty existence. So
I've
you
never
can
been
tell
around
that people are there just being like, all right, do it. You know,
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? Like they're wanting to be like,
Ta-da!
yeah. You know, they're wanting to be like, this stinks.
Yeah.
But it's funny because
Shit.
it's such a fucking small town that every time I've done it,
Yeah.
I go to the bars afterwards. Dan's not much of a drinker, so I go out by myself and meet
Right.
people. And I go out and I'm a celebrity for the day. Everyone like knows who I am. There's like at every place, there's like 5 to 10 people that are like, dude, that's the guy from the show. And I'm like, this is so funny.
That's nice.
God damn.
Yeah. They have Uber there now, but they didn't have Uber before the first time I went.
Dude, drinking and driving in small towns fucking
Yeah.
rules.
And I was like, oh, well, you guys got a cab, right? They're like, well,
you.
we've got Carl. It's like, he's like, but sometimes he goes to sleep by 11. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, so you might want to fucking make sure he's up. That's so funny. God, man, I don't know anything about. I mean, I grew up in Pasadena, so it's not too small of a
Old
town.
Stinkadena.
Yeah, so it's not too small of a town where it could be something like that. But it's,
What's that famous strip club in Pasadena?
Oh, I don't.
There was a one-legged stripper.
Oh.
See, all right.
Fuck.
I remember that sign.
I don't
remember
know.
that sign, yeah.
I don't know. I would have no idea because I didn't
Sure
start going
you
out until
don't.
I went away.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
do shit, and I didn't do anything that was like I did none of that in the past. I just went to school there and hung out, made friends. I didn't go see one-legged strippers, two-legged strippers,
no.
nothing.
Damn.
It was just, but to go back there and do a show there, it'd be funny because it just, like most of my actors just making fun of them. Because it's just those white people like grew up around people that go mutting on Saturdays and shit like inviting you to shit. Yeah.
So, I don't know. My mom's from Aberdeen, and then my dad's from Amory. His uncles live in Corinth, Tupelo. Like, I've bounced around all through, like, North Mississippi.
These are all
so,
small
like,
towns, right?
Yeah. So, like, Amory is actually, it's fine. Like, that's where my dad's from. Aberdeen is dying. Like the town, it had like 6,000 people. Yeah, no, the Walmart
Towns die, dude.
Dude, towns die. Yeah, they were like Walmart was like, we can't make money here, and they like the Walmart left. So,
That
like
is hilarious
Yeah,
to me.
Towns
Is
die
that
all of the time.
you're like, how are we doing? They go, they took the Walmart. You go, it's over. It's
Yeah,
fucking over.
exactly.
I forget who this was. It was a pretty famous guy, like a celebrity, who this town died, and he just bought the town.
Yeah,
He bought the entire town. Now he owns the town.
towns die in Mississippi because Mississippi's population, like Mississippi has the same problem that fucking India has. Like in the sense that like
No clean
everyone
water?
Everyone
yeah.
shits in the street.
Stray cows.
delicious food. Yeah. A weird caste system.
yeah.
And anyone who worth the shit leaves.
Yeah.
Like Mississippi.
Excellent call center.
Yeah. You work all the seriously. During COVID, I'm dead serious. Mississippi has a lot of call centers in America.
Okay.
And during COVID, some of the Mennonite, the leaders in the Mennonite community agreed to allow to have women have computers in their houses so that they could start doing work from home shit. Even though
Old school this shit is.
Yeah.
Can they also drive?
no,
What the fuck is that?
no, you can't drive, but you can't have a
You
computer.
can't have a computer now because the kitchen's right there. That kind of fucking vibe.
Mennonite is just, that's a funny, I mean, that just sounds like
Mennonite.
He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Yeah,
We're the fucking Mennonites, dude.
Mennonites.
We don't listen to these bitches. Like, it's crazy. Let's let them have computers, but we'll put child
Well,
locks.
they're straight pimping. They're straight pimping them. They're like, I'm gonna go work out on the farm. You get to typing, bitch.
Yeah, and it's all women because men from then was like, typing's gay.
Yeah.
You know how many men can't type properly because it was gay?
I still type like this. It's
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Shut up. So you never had
It's
Mavis
big.
Beacon in your life?
I've tried it. I'm not a good typer. I don't like computers. I fucking.
You
Most
can-
Mississippi thing he's ever
You
said.
can do Mavis Beacon teaches typing as an adult.
I know. I got
You
the.
should do it.
You can do what?
You don't remember Mavis Beacon teaches typing?
I wrote a 50-page.
I didn't do that.
Do you remember?
I just took BCIS.
I've never heard of that.
What?
I'm not
it was
saying-
the coolest
I'm
game
not
ever.
saying I
You go into
can't
computer
type.
class, they teach you the basics, the ASDF, like the finger position,
your finger-
but
yeah.
then you'd be like playing games. You know what I mean? It was
Oh,
like
yeah,
video
yeah.
games, but you'd be like,
I did
You have
have
to
to
like
BCIS.
spell refrigerator
Yeah.
really quickly.
yeah. You'd have to like spell it, and then your guy would get to the other side, or like you'd jump through, or whatever. There was like 10
is
different
available?
games, or there was like There were games where it was like. What's that like meteor game where the things come by and you gotta like stop the meteors from like
Asteroid.
asteroid,
Yeah.
but like letters would come down and you'd have to type the letters fast.
Oh,
pretty
cool.
dope.
Yeah, it was fun. It made.
Does it
I mean,
come
made
in men's?
Yeah, yeah. It was cool. It made me good at typing. I'm pretty fast.
I'm not
Pretty good. Huh?
I'm not saying I can't type.
need to do
all right?
it.
I'm not saying I can't type.
So you finger it.
I wrote
That means you can't type.
I wrote a 50 goddamn page paper in college.
And
all right?
it only took him all of college. It took him the entire.
So all right.
semester.
No, and this has to do. This has to.
I can type. Listen, I can type 5 words a day. 5 words.
Then my pointy fingers get all tuckered out, and
No, I can't take psychology. I gotta take this typing class.
Dude, these fingers just have Band-Aids on them because they're so worn out.
I handwrite everything first. All right, so my whole process.
So you won't take this.
Yeah, I
It's
handwrite.
legible.
I have beautiful handwriting. I write in cursive.
Get out of here. You write like a 1700 senator.
Yeah, exactly. I vote
got a
no
feather.
on Amendment 13.
This guy. Of course he went there.
I'm sorry.
I got a fucking cotton picking outfit. So go ahead.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I almost made a joke, but I was like, no,
you're like,
no.
nah.
I was like,
Yes.
fucking Trey's over here taking cotton back.
Stole this shit. Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
This outfit.
this shit was ours.
Yeah.
This is a reparations outfit. Like it's
God damn. It does look comfy, like warm
very
as hell,
warm and
dude.
comfy and shit. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It would have been
As you
good
can see,
during
I'm not
the
sweating.
Texas freeze a couple of years ago.
Oh,
yeah.
That
I'm already
sucks.
ready. I'm ready for all the weathers.
So yeah, all right. How did? By the way, yeah, we just had a weather event. So you went to Austin. Yeah, you went to Austin. Sorry, I'm taking the minutes.
I'm just distracted by all the.
Fur
Yeah.
or cotton?
No, I don't know.
Why is it
I'm coming up with
distracting?
jokes that I don't. I'm like,
Say
I
them
don't-
all.
No.
We can cut them.
No.
Beep.
Yeah, just do that. Just yeah.
So anyway, 2 beeps walked into a bar.
I got you.
A beep in sheep's clothing.
I'm gonna beat that.
Yeah, you gotta beep it all. Beep and beep.
Hey, what the fuck, guys?
You said it. I didn't say anything. I didn't say. I
Yeah,
beeped.
but
I said
shit.
beep. I was talking a tray and sheep's clothing. Okay, let those shoulders
Little
breathe a
halfway,
little bit, dude.
Oh, you look like you're in a sexy mink coat now.
Yes.
You're like,
No. See, now you can't
Thank
say
you.
anything.
Thank you,
'Cause
darling.
It's gay.
Yeah. Don't want to be homophobic.
Exactly. You're like, I'd rather be racist than
Yeah.
homophobic.
Yeah, isn't that weird? When they had the jacket on, we could be racist. You go like that, we're like,
Exactly.
race isn't even a thing. This motherfucker's gay.
That's a good move, though. The jokes become too much. I go, you know what, guys? I've had enough. It's like, drop it.
We got a boop in the bathhouse.
I think we're bleeping this whole part. All this is bleeped. All of it's bleeping.
Oh, shit. No, go ahead, buddy. You were typing.
No, that's
How you
that's
leave
my
a
writing
review?
process. That's
You'd be
I
a
like
terrible stenographer.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Hey, hold on. Go back.
Yeah. Yeah, he tore all of my clothes off.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
He tore
Oh.
all. Backspace.
I'm still using a typewriter. I missed that one.
How did everyone do over the storm?
Yeah, that was where I was gonna go. I was in Lafayette, Louisiana. I was doing a show in Lafayette, and the storm hit just as bad there. It started raining inside of the venue I was in, and so I was like, we need to stop doing this show. And then I was hanging out with a couple of really good comics from. I was in Lake Charles, not Lafayette. I was in Lake Charles, and I was hanging out with a couple of good comics from Lake Charles, and they were like, "Do you want to go to this other bar?" And I was like, I was just gonna wait for the rain to end, but yeah, sure, whatever. And went over there, got pretty hammered, slept in my car till the rain stopped, and drove home.
Yeah.
You're too big to sleep in your
How long
car.
were you out of power?
My place was out of power for a couple of days, and then today, because my landlord, my goddamn landlord, is the tree that fell on my place. It shifted, and so it severed my internet connection. So I've been hanging out at the local library a lot.
Oh,
Damn.
you don't have a hotspot on your phone?
I do. I just don't want to waste the data.
You don't have unlimited data?
No, he's
Of course you type like this. That's crazy. I would have got unlimited data, dude. You're living fucking 10 years ago, at least. Unlimited.
What if I just said I get free nights and
Well,
weekends?
now I feel bad. I feel bad for texting you. That shit's costing you 10 cents a text.
No, I'm good. My neighbors have Wi-Fi, so I've been using theirs, and so I think I might just cancel my Wi-Fi subscription.
nice.
That's
just 'cause
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was good. I lost nothing.
No power, nothing.
No, nothing. They flickered a little bit. That was it. Yeah, I was just out, hanging out in where I live at, just going to bars, drinking.
I
eating
love
fun.
hurrications, though. Do you remember those? I used to make a bunch of money.
They can be nice. But
yeah.
not the no power and it being hot.
That
ruined-
blows
yeah.
a little bit. Well, I will say the best sex you will ever have is when the power's out. It
Yeah.
wakes
you got
up
nothing
the
else to
jungle.
do.
Yep.
Well, you got nothing
Dude.
else to do.
Dude, yeah, no.
Well, yeah. Okay, it could be
Not-
boredom.
Nothing else to do.
But
And you're like, it's dangerous.
okay, you ever fuck with the heater on in your house?
No.
It's the same vibe. Something about your body temperature getting up to a certain level, it wakes up the animal in you.
Yeah.
And when she is just as hot as you are with the temperature, you fuck. No, it's not
Yeah,
like rabbit.
I
You
think-
fuck like Tarzan and Jane.
Yeah.
I think when you're a bigger guy, that sounds less sexy.
Oh, gee.
I'm like
Why are you
dripping.
not naked all the
I'm
time?
like dripping off my nose
Okay,
onto
on
her,
her.
and I'm like,
And
sorry.
she will think it's the
Yeah, yeah,
hottest
yeah,
shit in the
yeah.
world,
No,
Andrew.
I know.
Dude, yeah.
You gotta do it.
I've
but you feeling
folded
secure?
up. I have
No,
folded
no,
up
no.
women.
Yeah, I have sex with the shirt on. I'm not swimming,
I
guys.
will fuck the
No.
dog shit out of someone
No.
and then type like this to explain my sexual exploits.
I one time on a podcast talked about how grown men should not wear shirts when they swim.
Okay.
Like, and that it's
Yeah.
that I'm like, just fucking. One, you're not fooling anybody. You get
Right.
you get one half the time you're wearing a white shirt like a fool, so you're just getting suction nipples. But any shirt you wear is just sucked to you, so you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and we might have to beep this because definitely don't clip this. And it got clipped and put out on the internet, and boy did I get hate. Everyone's like, you're not that skinny, and I was like, I know that's the point. I don't wear a shirt. I'm not that
Right,
skinny. And then
yeah.
and then they were like, oh, body shaming, how cool.
I mean,
and
all
was
right,
like,
it's
"Get outta here."
2024. I think we're over all that shit for a second
Yeah,
before
yeah.
it cycles back around. Like,
Yeah.
we're back to making fun of fatties. And I can say that as someone who is 320 pounds. All right?
Oh,
So-
yeah. I weigh 2 trays.
Yeah.
I had a joke I posted online about me being fat,
Yeah,
right.
and then I had this lady reach out to me. She goes, "You're not one of us."
Damn.
I was like, God damn, that's fucking crazy. I
What
go,
sandwich
I'm-
did you put
I'm
down?
fat.
I typed
Yeah,
that.
I know. I was like, I'm fat for me.
Yeah.
I'm fat. You
Yeah.
know, I'm obese technically. You know,
Right.
But
Well, Texas obese.
yeah. So
know.
there's I think fat is in the owners, in your own.
Is it in
brain,
your
you
mind?
know? Yeah. I saw this. All right, so
Tell
I was
that
in
to my cardiologist.
I was in Austin. There's like a heavier set guy, a little bit heavier than me. Goes up, he talks a lot about him being fat and whatnot. And then this guy who comes up. He's about 3 Wills put together.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love when not fat comics talk about being fat because I'm like, I'm gonna steal your lunch money, dude. And I'm like, yeah, this sucks. But like I was like, come on, man. Yeah.
my question.
That's what he's got to write when he's that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I
Sorry.
Here's my suggestion for fat guys: wear earth tones. Like you don't have to wear a party T-shirt every day. You know, like
Oh,
some
yeah,
sort of
there's
Hawaiian.
different colors
We're
you
black.
can wear.
Yeah. Wear. You can wear black, green, blue. You know, like whatever. But
He's wearing a white shirt. But
yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Like,
Okay.
I've been big forever.
No, I was hot in high school and
No,
college.
you
but,
ever see Will as in high school? You're like, that's not Will.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here. That's AI.
Yeah. Every time I sit, I have good posture because everything pools like a Hershey's Kiss.
Dude, I fucking hate posture.
Oh, you're telling me. I've been
hate-
fucking slowly crawling into myself for years.
God.
Soon I'm just gonna roll away from places. I'm just gonna be like, I'm fucking turning into a roly-poly every year. Just
Doctors ask you stupid. Do you know why you have bad posture? I'm like, yeah. Fatherhood. Like my dad was mean to me, so it just shrunk me. I probably would be 5'7" if I had better posture.
Those are just images of the short guys. Just like,
Oh, yeah.
if I wear heels and stand like this,
I had
like,
good posture. If my dad never yelled.
I'm 6'2" and nobody really believes that.
Because you crouch a little bit?
Because my posture sucks, and they go, "You're not 6'2".
then
They're like,
you
"I'm
go-
6'1". I'm taller than you. I go, "Watch this." Just fucking eat a mushroom on Mario and grow.
God damn. I mean, it wouldn't help. I'm so small. It wouldn't matter if I had
A magic
better
mushroom.
posture. Like, oh no, that's funny. Yeah, just he's 5'9". Like it's not that impressive.
God, man.
You know how everybody felt when they found out Joe Rogan was short? He laughed, but everybody thought Rogan was a big guy.
Yeah,
and then when
he
that
looks
shit
big.
came out that he was like 5'7",
5'6",
5'8", or whatever the fuck, or
I have
however
no
small,
idea.
you're like, oh, what the? Everything made sense.
I've seen him. Yeah, he's not that big of a.
Yeah, he's not. I've
a
seen
big
him in
fella.
real
He's a little
life.
small, pudgy guy, and you're like, oh. Well,
No,
you know,
he's
stocky guy,
fucking
big
jacked.
guy.
But yeah, he's jacked. You know.
Yeah. Is it for you tall guys? Is it funny seeing two small guys fight? That's my brother. My brother's 6'4". I go, if you saw two guys like 5'1" going at it, he goes, yeah. Before I go and split it up, I'm gonna be dying laughing, looking at this little fight happen.
Hey, cut that shit out.
Exactly. Knock it off.
Tussle their hair a little bit.
Little people always say shit like, "It's not the size." You know, I could fight. I'll take you. I was like, dude, you have to crawl onto me first. Like,
Yeah.
there's no,
No,
to knock me out, you have to be able to reach my fucking head.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
No,
but
it's-
there is a difference. There's a fucking size difference, and it is. And little
Yes.
people act like there's no like there's
No
like
such thing.
oh there's no such thing as that in fighting, and I'm like, no, there is.
Well-
reach is a thing.
There is, but
Yes, a little person
what you
can.
cannot measure is like will and spirit and shit like that. That's usually what a little person's talking about.
Okay, Lincoln Park.
No, but I'm
Yeah,
serious
yeah.
though,
Yes.
because this is what happens all the time in prison. These big guys are like, I'm big, blah blah blah, and they get murdered by the smallest person in there because you're like,
Because they sneak up behind them and stab them in the kidneys.
because that's what it is. It's like
laws of the
it
jungle,
don't matter
baby.
if we fighting. It doesn't. If we're fighting, then I have to use
I mean,
all of
all
my
right, if we're
advantages.
doing
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
then yeah, that's why I carry a gun everywhere I go.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
but
don't, but
I wouldn't. I mean, now I wouldn't fight anybody because everybody secretly knows something. You know,
Yeah.
like you really. It feels like
Fighting's dumb now.
You think
dude.
fighting's dumb?
Now,
It's very
yeah,
important.
yeah. It's
past
so
the
dumb.
age
Now
of
it's dumb.
15, unless you are a professional UFC fighter, yeah, like I don't know, then don't yeah, you don't have to do like.
Last fight I got into was about a year and a half ago, and I'm still ashamed of it. But yeah,
I
I,
gotta
broke
do
my
it.
rib.
That's right. I know you're talking about that.
Slamming someone to the ground. They didn't even hit me.
you broke
I
your
went
own
on the
rib?
way to the ground. I broke my own goddamn rib.
You're so fat, you broke your own rib to eat it.
And then also, I saw my dad fight as a grown up.
Yeah.
I mean, as like when I was like 15, and he was getting his ass kicked. And
Yeah.
So bad. So bad he bit the guy's leg.
Oh wow.
And the guy's like, "This guy's biting me." And I was like, "God damn it, Dad. Stop biting the guy."
Yeah.
The fuck?
Man. Yeah, seeing a adult you look up to get their ass whooped is
Yeah, you don't.
that's
Watching-
traumatizing.
Watching the security footage of me drunkenly flailing at a person, I was just like, this just doesn't, like. I
Yeah, it
don't
never
fuck-
looks
yeah,
great.
Yeah, you're like, like,
Never looks great.
You're not like, and then I knocked him out, like I shrugged it off and then went pa pa pa. No, it's just people being like, why are you doing this?
Did y'all fight a lot as a kid with other kids?
From 18 to probably 27,
That's when you
I think I probably got into 50 fights.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. You told me about
That's too many.
how you were. There.
One, I was a door guy, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
You know, like that was a lot of those fights,
Yeah.
you know. But and then also I would like stand up for my friends in college because we were all just like musicians and art kids,
Gotcha.
and I was just like the bigger one.
Yeah.
And so everyone would fuck with people Tre's size, and then I was like, "That's my fucking friend, dude.
Yeah.
Why don't you pick on me? I'm closer to your size."
Yeah.
And
Damn.
yeah. And
But
then I would
nothing
just fight
younger,
'em.
nothing like 10, 11, 12. I'm talking about those kind of fights.
So I bullied the shit out of people till I was about 18, and then I was really.
Till I had to get a job.
Yeah, I got a job when I was 15, and
All
then
right.
so there was less bullying. The only reason I got my first job is because this girl with big tits said I should join the smoothie store that she worked at, and I was like,
Did it work out with big tits or no?
I got to see him.
Yeah.
That weird. That's a weird. Did you see him?
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, did she let you see him? Because that now it sounds weird.
It was a long time ago. The job paid $4.50 an hour, but it had perks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
But you had to see him.
Yeah. No. We made out. We did some
Okay,
hand stuff.
All right.
hand
I'm
and
just
mouth
saying,
stuff.
don't get a job for. Hey, it better come with, like he said, some better be something.
Yeah.
I wanna
I
just see
fingered
it.
her in the freezer once. It was pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A freezer fingering.
Yeah.
That's great because that smell stays on your hands. Nice. Wow. Because you know what I mean. The molecules it freezes it. You're like,
Sorry,
Yeah.
we're gonna have 5 minutes with Dr. Tre
I'll be
over
sick.
here.
2 weeks.
My first two
Fingering?
fights.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
my first two fights. We can talk about my first fingering. It was my uncle. No. My first two fights. You guys know who I'll give you one guess. My first two fights. It should be easier. If
Seth
you guys-
Bullock. No, fuck. Let's go.
No. I'm from okay, Jesse.
Jesse.
I would
yeah,
say
yeah,
Jesse.
yeah.
Yeah.
My first two fist fights were with Jesse. And the first one,
Jesse James?
Jesse James, yeah.
What?
Oh, he can whoop my ass now, but I always fuck with him. I go, we're 2-0 right now, buddy. He's like, I'll kill you. I go, we're over that. We shouldn't fight. That's
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Fighting's for young people.
He's
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay.
First one, 6th grade.
Okay.
I kick a pop fly. We're playing, kickball.
Kickball.
And it might have been mat ball, if you remember that difference or whatever. You had to run around the bases twice or whatever.
Yep.
But you got to jump on the giant mats,
Yep.
So I kick a pop fly. I'm out. Right? That sucks. That's just when you kick a pop fly and you're like, fuck, man. And so Jesse's going to catch it. He drops it. And I go, nice catch, Butterfingers. And then he charged me with the rage of a million bulls.
My God.
He charged me. We just roll around in the dirt for a second. And then we had to sit on the fence next to each other for the rest of the fucking time while everyone
Mat
played
ball,
kickball. And then in 7th grade, we were on the soccer team together. And Jesse was talking shit about my mom.
Jesus.
And then I just swung on him. Damn. And then we got into a fucking fight. Jesse he's kind of the smelly jerk kid.
Yeah.
He just was.
I am familiar with the trope.
Yeah. And so he ended up getting kicked off the soccer team for it. And even though I hit him first.
shit.
But I think everyone on the soccer team was like,
This kid's got it. Yeah.
yeah, everyone was like, he started it,
Yeah, yeah.
And he had a bad attitude, so back then.
So it was like easy, yeah.
Yeah. But then about 2 months after that, me and Jesse found out that we lived about half a mile from each other, and no one else lived around us, so we became best friends.
Damn.
That's literally.
Oh, I had no
That's
idea.
like the origin story. Is we started off as enemies and then
Yeah.
became best friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who are you picking on in
the
fucking
first no
kindergarten?
the first fight I got into it was in
Yeah.
between
Whose Legos were you eating?
Exactly.
No, the first time I got into a fight I was in I think 1st grade and it was during the summer, so I was in Aberdeen, Mississippi, and my grandma got
The
mad.
dying town.
Yeah, the dying town with no Walmart, and they still had the Walmart then, I think.
What a sad fucking place.
Yeah, my grandma got really mad because all of the poor kids were getting free sandwiches at the high school. And so she was like, well, we should get sandwiches too. And so she had an El Camino, and she got all of my cousins and then all of the white kids from her neighborhood to go get free sandwiches at the high school. Go Bulldogs. And my cousin, maybe I was a little older because my cousin Francis is... I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm telling stories like my mom.
Yeah, for sure. Someone on the podcast is like, Francis is actually older than that. We looked into it.
No, I just caught myself being just an old. Well, it couldn't have been 2nd grade. She was on the swing, and then this kid came over and goes, "It's my turn to be on the swing," and she goes, "I just got on the swing," and this kid pushed her off, and I was like, hey, you can't do that. And then he just punched me in the nose. And I didn't know you could solve problems with violence at the time. And so I started crying, and I tackled him, and then just started like badger moling him until like 9 other kids came, and then it became a like weird rumble. And then my grandma came out and told my granddad. My granddad laughed and smiled, and then he spanked me for fighting.
Oh, so I thought it was something totally. I thought you were like standing over a kid and the sun disappeared. Like he was in a sandbox.
No, I was just like bam, bam. I was hitting
my
the kid.
sandbox.
I was hitting the kid, and I was crying because like
Isn't it funny? You're telling this story I know is a long time ago, but in our, at least in my brain, I see you as you right now.
Exactly. That's mustache, everything.
Yeah, 3rd grade Will with a
Get
mustache.
off of that swing.
What? No.
Yeah, all my fights is me losing.
Yeah.
So when I was in 1st grade, they had a kid that was in pre-K. He kicked my ass every single day.
Damn,
So we had to
dude.
walk. Shut up, Brandon. We had to walk.
Hey, talk about punching up.
But I was small. I've always been small. Like,
Yeah.
and man, this kid, his brother name was Melvin. Melvin was in the same grade as me. Melvin really wanted to fight me. His sister liked me, but then when the little brother kicked my ass, she was like, I no longer like you anymore. But we used to all walk home from school. So Melvin was like, I want to fight this dude. And so he was like shoving and whatever. He was like, and he realized how small I was. He was like, you know what? I'm not even going to fight you. I'm going to get my little brother to kick your ass. So his little brother comes and he's whooping my ass. And every day they would take my backpack and throw it up on other people's balconies in the apartment. And I would just sob, dude. I was just screaming to the top of my lungs. 'Cause, you know, I like strangers, but I was told I can't talk to them. So you got to fucking go home. Where's your backpack? They took it. They threw it. Who? And you say who. They look at the apartments for who. They're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
You go where? Knock on the door. They did this like it was like whatever 3 days out of the week. They did this one time, and the fucking guy that I was, my shit was up there. He was just like, "Hey, you gotta fight back, little man," and just gave my bag back. And I was like, "Oh, whatever." So, there's this dude named Kevin Banks. His dad, Big Kevin.
Isn't that the rich kid from Mighty Ducks?
That's hilarious. No,
Isn't it, what was his name?
his name was
Banks.
Yeah,
It was
Banks.
definitely
It was
Banks.
Banks.
It was Banks. I don't
Yeah.
know what the first name was, but
Yeah, maybe Kevin. But his dad was cool. My dad, Big Kevin, he told my dad, he was like, "Hey man, little man getting his ass whooped every day." Yeah, he was like every day. He was like, it's to the point where like I don't want to intervene because I don't know how y'all, but I'm walking behind just to make sure he can like remember where to turn to go home because I was getting rocked every day and I didn't want to fight. And so one day, man, I'm leaving out, I'm walking, and this kid just starts he's handling me. And my fucking backpack swinging and shit. And like, it's just bad. Your shirt comes untucked.
Yep.
And I'm trying to like keep him off. And my mom and dad pull up. And my dad gets out of the car. He's screaming, "Hey, stop. No, stop fighting." He's like breaking it up. This kid fucking takes off running. Me and my dad run after him. We don't know where the fuck this kid went. When we
but he
turned
never showed up to school the next day.
Dog,
and
he was nowhere to be found. When we turned the corner, it was like a movie. Like, where the fuck is he?
That's funny.
My dad goes in the office to tell them, like, "Hey, this kid, this happened." They told my dad, it was like, "Your son's gonna have to fight back. Like, we're not. What can we do?"
This is 1990.
And then my dad, kind of taught me how to fight that day. Like, I'm gonna show you how to defend yourself. And dude, it was like we were leaving out. The kid wasn't even in the mood that day. And I just fucking cold cock. I just fucking wham! I just fucking hit him. It was a Friday. I just fucking hit him. His brother jumped in. I started fucking wailing on him. I just fought everybody back that day. Got in this huge like melee and shit. And then this was weird. I fought them back.
And the sisters never messed with Andy Dufresne.
Yeah. And I grabbed my backpack. And then we all just walked back to the apartment like regular. Yeah. And we're just talking about what happened. Like, yeah, you got me good. I was like,
That's the
you
thing.
ever fucked with me for a whole semester.
When you're a kid, dude, and you get into a fight, after that fight, you become friends.
Yeah.
It
dude,
happens
100%.
all the time, dude. I used to get bullied by this fucking senior so bad when I was in like 10th grade. To one day, we're walking through the hallways, and I would always like hide from the dude. And he fucking like, he says I said something. I didn't say anything at all because I was terrified of him. But he threw me up against the wall and just started kicking me in the face. Like I was like bleeding everywhere.
Shit, Andrew.
And then I go to the principal. I'm covered in blood, and I'm like, this fucking guy just beat me up. They pull him into the office. His parents come down. They're like, Andrew's 15. You're 18. You can go to jail for this shit. Right? And then the kid starts crying. Oh, he's like crying. He's bawling his eyes out. He's like, please don't press charges. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm not going to press charges. It's fine. And from that point on, he protected me. So he was like, and then in the yearbook, a senior could always leave something to somebody, and so he left me some fucking token, some stupid shit, you know? And it was just pretty fucking funny. But you always become friends with whoever. Me and Jesse became friends
Because of the fight.
probably because we lived next to each other.
Yeah.
But
Me and
you
my
know.
one of my best friends growing up. Yeah, we fucking fucked around. Yeah, I think we fought each other in like 3rd grade, and then we just hung out until
Yeah.
None of that for
22.
me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
no,
you walked with him.
Well, yeah, we had to go to the same place.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
hated me. They
Why
fucking
did you?
did.
You should have just gone. You just want to fight when we get there?
Yeah, I was like, that would have been smarter. But no, dude, everybody that ever kicked my ass, we're not like it didn't. Like it just was like I hate that. I hate him. And man, I remember this kid named Ever that stayed in our apartments. Like we fought like every other fucking day. We hated each other, and he only stopped fucking with me because I got Grand Theft Auto Vice City before he did. So he was like, "How can I ease into this home
Yeah.
and
Well,
play
kids,
this?"
we got kids have no shame, man. I remember I didn't even like this kid, but I would go to his house because he had Mortal Kombat.
Because
I'd be like, I was like, oh man,
I
we should
had to-
play Mortal Kombat, dude. And he's like, yeah, come over, I'd love to. And I was like,
Two
yeah.
of my friends.
My turn. Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
Two of my friends were like, "Hey, Will, your birthday's coming up. You should invite over this kid because he got a Nintendo." And we were like, "But I don't like
him.
He
Yeah.
goes, "But he has a Nintendo."
Yeah. Who cares? Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And you're learning. You're like, well, that guy hangs because he has weed. Like that's what it is now. It's like, that guy has weed. This guy those bitches. We just let him
dude,
be.
in Lake Charles, because during the storm, there were like 12 people at the show, like during the middle of a storm, and I was like, what? And like 7 of them were pretty hot chicks, and I was like, what are they like? No one knows who I am, and it was this one guy. He comes up after he's like, great set. You want to do a bump? And I was like, oh, okay. And then I just realized,
That
Then I
goes
just realized-
together.
yeah.
You'll see these really hot girls. You'll see a fucking degenerate, like what
A guy
the hell
who looks
guy.
like me.
And you're like, what is this? And then you go, and then as soon as you find out he does cocaine, you go, yeah, it makes sense. And every time, it's like,
Girls love cocaine.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So do guys.
Pretty girls like
Pretty much
cocaine.
everybody likes cocaine.
Yeah.
I don't, but
Yeah.
everyone else does.
Everyone else does.
Yeah, everyone loves it. Not me.
I think if we've learned anything today, it's that fight your enemies.
Oh, yeah.
Fight people
Because you'll
if
be
you want
friends
more
later.
friends.
Yeah.
Fight people if you want more friends. I like that.
You want chicks?
that's a good shirt.
Bring some cocaine.
Parents
and pretty girls
uh,
love cocaine.
Pretty girls love cocaine.
That's 2 shirts right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Fight. Wait, is it? Fight if you
people
want
to make more
Fight
friends.
people if you want more friends. Pretty girls love cocaine.
All right, I'm gonna design them online. We'll have them up by next week.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
Yeah.
And look, and if you buy a shirt, you get a free Brandon Clements Marvin Gaye beanie. They can't see these beanie,
I
but
meant to tell you that.
It is weird that you roll it up so much, so it's more of a yarmulke
That's more of a Steve Zissou Life Aquatic.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson.
for a child.
Yeah.
you told me that the other week, and
Uh-huh.
it's probably the hardest anybody's ever roasted me. Right? Like I was like, I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, he's so.
and then you saw it.
He's so right.
That's funny.
Have you seen those brimless hats?
Oh yeah.
These are my favorite hats. I don't own one yet, but I gotta get a brimless hat.
No.
They have brimless snapbacks.
If you do that, then
With this?
chill with that.
If I do that, then
You can't
it
do
goes
too
with
much.
it.
No,
Andrew.
dude. Why don't you get a fucking propeller on the top? You fucking child. You're dressing like it's fucking. I don't even know.
You
dude.
envy this.
You're dressing like the snow.
You know this. I look like a Saints Row character. Like I do.
Yeah, dude.
What is it, the abominable Sinbad.
Pre-stroke.
Yeah. All right. Next week, I got to remember, Brandon. Next week, remind me to wear some tracksuits.
Hell yeah. I got tracksuit
We're
too.
going. We're going.
I think everyone should dress up next week.
Where
So
I'm-
all right, we'll all dress up as our favorite
saying.
characters from.
ourselves.
From comedy.
Yeah. Dress up as your favorite persona.
Yeah. So, all right. What do we got? Anything to push? Anybody?
I don't. Nothing worthy of it.
I'll be around. I'm doing some fun stuff, but you can find me on Will_Loden.
Gunsandliquor.com?
Yeah, Will_Loden on Instagram, gunsandliquor.com.
Yeah. All my shit's at TreTutson.com.
Andrew Youngblood.com. I got dates up there. They're all changing. So, buy tickets, please.
They're all changing.
All right. Cool. That's it. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Bye.